Did I do it? I think I did it. Let's see. Maybe?
A blaster.
A blaster. I'll know when I get over here.
This is your doctor speaking. I know you are confused and disoriented, but we are not your enemy. You are one of us, a Mondite, and we are in extreme danger. Dr. Escher has betrayed us all. She has brought the monster into our base. If we are to survive, I need your help.
I didn't even check this part out. It's the same stuff. Good with this one?
Please secure all sidearms. Energy discharges in this chamber are extremely hazardous.
Hello? Let's see if I can get this to work. It looks like it will. Eh. Where is that coming from? Sweet. Into
Light, you stupid machine.
I did it. What's this room?
Reactor approaching critical state.
Do I need to fix it?
Warning. Temperature of the plasma field. Time until reactor critical. Indeterminate.
Uh-oh. I died. Maybe I don't go in there yet then.
Danger. Reactor approaching critical state.
What about this room? Ew.
There you are. Come in. You have no choice in the matter, I assure you.
You're the guy.
You do not recognize me, but we have already met. I am Dr. Mastaba, your maker.
I shall be your unmaker.
I know you have many questions. Who are you? What have you become?
The mannequin at this moment, I suppose.
Pursuing these questions will be the death of you. Guard, I need you in the operating room. This is not an emergency.
Yes, sir.
under my control. But I do need you here to perform an experiment. Or perhaps experiment is not the right word. I need you for a demonstration.
Terrible.
I will answer these questions for you now. You are an instrument of unimagined power, free of all responsibility for your actions. Accept that reality and revel in your new existence. You are the first of the line. Here is the second. Soon he will join you. He will be as you are now.
I'll have a friend.
What?
What just happened? Where's my gun? Hey, pal. What do I have? Oh, he just switched them.
A battery.
Oh. That's how I pulled old boy's battery out?
A battery.
Hang on, I'm gonna save it in the second slot again. The battery. Because I think I just like killed that dude. There's a thing on the floor there too. You could put the other one in, the one you took out of the guy. I'll just set that there. What is this?
A medical device.
Of some sort. Nice. Alright, that he can put away, so that's good. Well, I don't have a gun anymore. So I guess I'll just have to use my fists.
You murdered all of us. That creature is going to destroy the reactor.
What are you talking about?
What creature?
You people deserve to die after what you did to me.
You shot down the reinforcements. They were our only chance.
They were gonna blow the thing up. I saw
I'll
it happen.
take care of the reactor, but first, I'm going to take care of you.
No kick. High kick. Roundhouse.
You people deserve to die after what you did to me.
Headbutt. How did you miss that headbutt?
I'll take care of the reactor, but first, I'm going to take care of you.
Go.
At least when the reactor blows, my death will be quick and painless. I am glad that I could add some small amount of suffering to yours.
Jeez, man. PFD prototype. Charge. Bat current insufficient for PFD capacitor charge. It's fine. Is he carrying something?
A logbook.
A logbook. Security breach of the airlock has occurred. To re-establish base integrity, the airlock has been resealed. The new locking pattern is in positive O-ring configuration. The grid is in XY emulation mode. The new locking pattern is positive O-ring configuration? I don't know what that means. Your access code is 123. Easy peasy. A Class 3 reactor alert is in effect. All non-essential personnel are to be evacuated immediately. Is this all the same stuff from earlier? Some of it is. An escaped subject from the cell block has burrowed a tunnel from cell 2 through the water tanks and into the reactor room. Water tank pressure below required level. Reactor coolant expended. Plasma field temperature 17.8 MK. Kelvin and increasing. Reactor core heated above safe operation level, producing erratic energy flow. Stress tremors. Occurrences coincide with power surges. Base structural stability undermined. Secondary reactor control station inoperative. Reactor integrity compromised. Radiation leakage support level. Leakage severity support level terminal. Secondary reports follow. CR, whoever that is. So far, the intruder has prevented all attempts to manually shut down the system or driver from the reactor room. Killed the entire third team. Current status, reactor access code 123 report. The escaped subject demonstrates a marked resistance to the extreme heat and radioactivity of the reactor room. It has also been immune to blaster fire and the effects of all manner of weaponry currently brought to bear against it. The only remaining line of defense against the intruder is an automated reactor maintenance robot guarding the reactor airlock. Its final instructions order it not to allow the intruder out of the reactor room. Inquiry. Providing the frequency and severity, the tremors continue to increase at their current rate. How long until the base is rendered uninhabitable? Less than 11 hours. Providing the power conductors are not taken offline, how long before the reaction system achieves critical expiration? Counting down an amount of time is not exceeding 17 minutes. Can you suggest a course of action? Affirmative. Intruder must be evaded or neutralized. Power conductors attached to support pylons now lowered into plasma field. To stabilize reactor, pylons must be individually unlocked from the central reactor control station and raised out of plasma field. Can you calculate my chances? Probability of success indeterminate. Well, I don't know who was asking those questions, but yeah, no, that's the stuff from earlier. Order to main airlock. Ventilation system problem. Temperature blah blah. Problem. Temperature rising above normal environmental range. Air circulator not. Temperature rising above normal. Yeah. Air circulator clogged by foreign substance. Substance removed by repair bot. Overheated motor of air circulator. Circulator replaced air circulator reactivated. Temperature returning to normal. All levels perform air quality checks and report back by 1200. Security level corridor patrol bot needs sensor replacement. Only SPs available. All 800s or older. Limited viewing. Distance. Impaired intruder detection. 36 hours left. This needs to be done inside of the next 24 hours. No excuses. Security level. Cryo room. Cryogenics fluid tank needs refilling. Cryogenic fluid tanks refilled. Tower robot 113 has a bad collision detector. That kind of sounds like a developer's bug log. Collision detector replaced. Report from tunnel basin. Digging machine destroyed by a large animal. Press log for replacement. Support log level barracks battery discharge and maintenance robot. Electrical short and lower level mechanics repaired. Damaged battery swapped out with freshly charged one by repair bot. Control level operating room. One of the restraints on the examination table has been broken. Examination table restraint repaired. Prisoner cell 2 ID unknown found in excavation. Escaped cell. Escape alert declared. Cell block doors sealed. Want every available guard to the security level immediately. Systems damage. Electrical short and flooring subsystems rather. Mini subsystems nominal. Maintenance sensor data inaccurate. Many sensors offline. Damage being reported too fast to be repaired by robots. Reactor room. Dampen reactor immediately. Power down. System damage. Cooling tank penetrated. Reactor cooling systems rendered inoperative. Prisoner cell 2 detected in tanks. Escaped prisoner has dug from his cell down into the water tanks. Reactor room reports that the reaction cooling system is not responding. All reactor cooling systems negative. Temperature of reactor rapidly increasing. Class 1 reactor emergency alert declared. Switching to emergency power supply and attempting to take reactor offline. Negative response. The reactor control redundancy systems have been knocked out by a power surge. All Team 3 personnel to the control room. Hardsuit up and proceed to the reactor room. System damage. Multiple subsystems throughout base damaged by tremors. Class 2 tremor detected. Origin unknown. If tremors continue, it could threaten the structural integrity of the base. Our systems have been flooded with automated damage reports, shutting auto maintenance systems off. System damage, reactor breach, toxic dose, radiation leakage penetrated. Support level. Temperature of plasma field reached danger levels. Radiation leakage into the support level will kill all occupants within 1 hour unless leak is sealed. Evacuate the support immediately. System damage, multiple subsystems through base damaged by second tremor. Structural damage is preventing the orderly evacuation of the support level. The elevator tubeway is jammed. System damage. Lighting system for corridor leading to main airlock inoperative. Power to support level out. As long as the power is out in the main airlock corridor, we can't do anything to clear out the elevator tubeway. Radiation leak intensifying in support level. Escapee detected in reactor room. Lower levels automatically sealed to prevent further radioactive contamination. Team 3 proceeding to confront escaped prisoner in reactor room. Reactor temperature increasing. All secondary shutoff systems failed. Class 2 reactor emergency alert declared. All security level personnel hold your posts. System damage. Multiple subsystems throughout the base damaged by third tremor. According to sensor readings, the origin of the tremors determined to be a result of uncontrolled reaction. Temperature of plasma field exceeded level of normal. Safe shut down. The reactor has never been this hot before. We don't know how she'll hold up. The way this radiation is building, the steam will eventually be carrying it up into the security level. We better get our men out of there now. All non-essential posts from control room and guard room evacuated. Automated security systems for cell block activated. All non-essential subsystems off. Guard room door sealed. All Team 3 personnel eliminated. No survivors. Is that just a report, or is that like that was what they set out to do? To weirdly worded, very coldly worded. Subsystems monitor from support level utilized. Security code breach. User attempting to override the seal of support level. Support level subsystems terminal connection to control computer severed from control room main monitor. It is too late to do anything for them. They're all already dead. All surviving non-essential personnel to evac base via dropship 1 and park in orbit awaiting further instruction. Mastaba is staying to finish his surgical operation with a handful of guards for protection. He has ordered all control room personnel to abandon their posts and evacuate. System damage. Multiple subsystems throughout base damaged by 4th tremor. Class 3 reactor emergency declared. Evacuation dropship liftoff. System damage. Multiple subsystems throughout the base damaged by 5th tremor. Whoops. Sensor reading. Radiation leakage into lower levels reach fatal levels. Sensor reading. Results of tremors have rendered lower level structurally unsound and impassable. System damage. Multiple subsystems damaged throughout base by 6th tremor. Repair. Repair the base. Alright, well now I know what has been going on. Whoa. See if they got any food in here. Your data files. Icarus Special Project Report. This is the prototype for a one-man assault fighter craft. It utilizes the hull steel reinforced chassis of an 8700 MC Retro Motors Dragonfly 11 hover cycle. It is powered by a customized variant of a graviton absorbent reflexive engine as utilized by the native civilization of Daedalus. This particular craft is also outfitted with a completely airtight, pressurized, wind and heat-resistant enclosed canopy. Standard omnirotational pinion thruster system utilized for directional guidance by the Dragonfly has been augmented with a Starship capable velocity dampener and circumulator. Albeit downsized and radically rebuilt. It has a cruising speed many times the speed of sound. So far it has never been flown at its absolute maximum top speed. The craft was designed and constructed by some dudes. Dr. Durrell Zane, base engineer. Our test pilot is Captain Perry Gavin, security section. Oi!
Hangar to Dr. Mastaba. I've spotted the assassin. The assassin is now in the hangar area.
Impossible. He took enough electricity to fry every synapse in his brain. Guard the Icarus project with your life. I will return shortly.
Yeah, with your life, pal. That's enough.
Where is Mastaba? How do I get out of here?
Answer my question.
Tell me how to activate the Icarus, and I will let you live.
I'm giving you a
God be praised! May he live forever!
Who?
Where is Mastaba? How do I get out of here?
I was trying to give you a chance to talk, pal. You have to do this the hard way. The dead way.
I swear that when my time comes, I will not die a puppet like yourself.
Mastaba,
A damaged walkie-talkie.
What is your status? Down.
damaged walkie-talkie.
Carry that with me.
Somebody please help me. I'm trapped in the dig site. Mastaba shot me, the bastard. Please, don't leave me here to die.
Walkie-talkie communications device. The transmitter appears to be broken. Receiver fully operational. Single band tuned to receive at frequency 17, fully charged. Nice. What is this? A puzzle box?
An alien artifact.
Nice. Okay. Oh, you can tap I. Alien cube. Cube of uncertain origin, composed of inert cesium and an unidentifiable liquid alloy, inscribed with unusual characters, exhibits mild radiation. Apex HRKJ. No other information. I'm taking that with me. Let's save it on this second slot again. We'll go with the third slot. Puzzle box. Alright, well, I gotta go rescue that lady so I can be a good guy. Too long. One-man assault fighter flight log compiled by Drill saying Test Flight 1. The initial test flight of the one-man assault fighter was to fly around along the interior of the Mount Sion crater. It lasted 8.1 seconds. Afterwards, our test pilot reported a sluggishness in the pitch and roll of the aircraft. Test Flight 2. After moving the alignment of the tilt directional stabilizers to full forward, it was decided the second test run would see how well the problem had been corrected. The pilot ran the craft through a series of shimmies, rolls, and aerial sideways skids. So like a strafe. After 15 minutes, it was judged that the problem had been corrected. The flight continued for another 17 minutes. At one moment, the craft broke out over the top of the Mount Sion crater and swung back down into it. According to our orders, we were not to stray from the crater, but our test pilot's enthusiasm must have gotten the better of him. He was severely reprimanded by base control. Test Flight 3. After fitting the craft with an early version of its canopy, it was time to do some speed tests at Mach 0.4. The canopy tore itself off. Miraculously, the pilot was able to stay on board the craft and managed to safely slow it down. At this point, the remainder of the flight was called off. The pilot reported that he had not even revved the engine up to 1/4 of its full power. Test Flight 4, this time a specialized wind-resistant, airtight, and pressurized version of the canopy was installed. During this test flight, the canopy held. The pilot demonstrated that the craft is capable of achieving a speed many times the speed of sound. Its exact top speed was not detected because of a guidance problem. At high speed, a massive vibration shook through the chassis of the vehicle and it hopelessly distorted the instrumentation readings. Based upon observations and examination of the craft, it was postulated that it could reach escape velocity. Test Flight 5. After the previous flight, the secondary velocity dampener and circumulator of the Kasenko were stripped down and installed into the craft, and all of its instrumentation was hard calibrated. The exterior canopy was again reinforced and made heat resistant. During this test flight, the pilot attempted to perform a full vertical takeoff. The objective of the flight was to measure the functional ceiling of the craft. The one-man assault fighter was completely out of sight within a few seconds of takeoff. 28 minutes later, the craft returned. The pilot returned that he had gotten disoriented once he completely lost planet face up there and returned to the base. Instrumentation confirmed the craft was completely beyond the outer atmosphere of Daedalus, but not at a stable orbital distance. The pilot...
Does anybody read me? Help me, please.
I'm coming, lady. The pilot...
Somebody.
pilot took more than 3 times the duration of the ascent in returning to the surface of Daedalus. Heat resistance of the craft is one of the things which has not been severely tested yet. Test Flight 6. The craft was prepped for its first orbital test flight. Once aware of the astounding capabilities of its power source, we were anxious to see if its limitations were as boundless as our imagination. Once aware of the astounding capability as... Wait. Our test pilot hard-suited up. Oi, Daffy. Hang on. Silly dog. What was happening? Our test pilot hard suited up. Hard-suited up and climbed aboard the vehicle. The craft would be out of radio contact for roughly half the flight, so we knew this was a big risk we were taking. If something were to go wrong on the other side of Daedalus, we were not equipped for a rescue or recovery mission of any sort. We cheered as we watched her take off and speed out of sight. 8 minutes later, we received the radio signal we had feared. The vehicle is malfunctioning. Despite our calculations, it did not have the power to achieve orbit. Something was preventing it from achieving stable orbit. At that point, communications with the ship were broken. Minutes later, there was a light in the sky, like the fiery tail of a comet. It was headed straight for the Mount Zion crater. No one knows how the pilot got the craft onto the landing platform. The sickening echo of it slamming onto the metal rung on for long minutes afterwards. It finally faded as the flames were... Finally faded as the flames were extinguished. Then a noise rose up from the clouds of the exhaust, the sound of the servo mechanism opening the canopy. Our test pilot removed his helmet and issued this report. "Dang, that is one sweet ride. That is one sweet ride." Remarkably, the craft came out of it almost as well as our test pilot. Structural damage was all fairly superficial. Most of the other secondary repair work has already been completed. The only problem remains the battery powering the engine, which either completely drained or more likely discharged when the electrical system aboard the craft became superheated during re-entry, until we somehow obtain another battery capable of holding at least 375 units of charge. Highly unlikely, seeing the first was a more than 100,000-year-old archaeological find. Did you use the Baghdad battery for your spaceship? The one-man assault fighter project remains permanently grounded. Permanently? I think not. This thing looked like a lift. Is that what it was? Get around the table first. Up the stairs, around the table. Oh, it was a trap. Oh, I have a hard suit on. Nice. Hard suit.
Is anybody there? Help me, please.
I'm coming.
Somebody.
going to the reactor room, watch out for the security bot. Its enemy identification circuitry has been damaged.
Does he think I'm a bad guy?
Danger. Reactor approaching critical state.
Can I go in here now?
Danger. Reactor approaching critical state. Warning. Temperature of plasma field still increasing. Time until reactor critical indeterminate.
Motion detected. Target acquired.
Oof.
Target destroyed. No new targets detected.
You are correct there. Do I need to get that guy's blaster off of
Does
him?
anybody read me? Help me, please. Somebody.
If you're going to the reactor room,
He's carrying a
watch
blaster.
out for the security bot. Its enemy identification circuitry has been damaged.
Is that so? Let me borrow your blaster.
I guess we Mondites aren't one big happy family after all. I hope Mastaba rewards your loyalty by making you his next test subject.
You shall achieve greatness in hell.
I guess we Mondites aren't one big happy family after all.
There we go. Let me get
I guess it
that.
can be hard sometimes to tell who your friends are.
Indeed. Especially when one of them is wearing
A
a
blaster.
costume. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Seem to be a little beat up. Okay.
Danger. Reactor approaching critical state. Danger. Reactor approaching critical state.
Yeah, we'll just say whatever this one. Blaster.
Warning. Temperature of plasma field still increasing. Time until reactor critical indeterminate.
Motion detected. Target acquired. Target destroyed. No new targets detected.
Doo-doo. Don't just drop the gun. Jeez.
A battery.
Uh-huh.
A blaster.
Blaster. New battery. So nice. Energy below the threshold. Whatever, that's fine. Whoa, man, that was super slow. Oh, okay. Boy, howdy, that's loud. The following dates are recorded according to the Daedalus mission calendar. Entries are posted by Commander Wilm. Joe. The Ambassadoria encounters an alien spacecraft. Excerpts from the ship's log of the Ambassadoria. This is Captain Strom of the Ambassadoria. We are 21 days out of Australia, en route to New Freedom's port. Today, while scanning some debris, we came across something with a sensor signature very much like a spacecraft. It had no identification beacon. And there are no records of any ships lost in the air. It resembles nothing that can be found in the spotter's guide. But our computer insists that it is a ship. We are changing course to investigate. At first we thought that the ship was nothing but a meteorite because its surface has become coated with so much dust and debris. This is definitely the remains of a ship, but unlike anything we or anyone has ever seen. It seemingly has no propulsion system, or perhaps it is a propulsion system unlike anything we have. I can only assume that this craft has been produced by an advanced civilization that has never before been encountered. I have assembled a boarding party and we are going aboard. This ship is an ancient tomb in space for 8 non-human passengers who have been out here for an estimated 100,000 years. Jeepers. A preliminary analysis seems to indicate that the craft itself is powered by some manner of gravitic drive. It is completely unlike any technology possessed by the reticulum. On request from my medical officer, we are taking a dead alien specimen aboard for examination. This alien creature looks like a big marble statue. Our medical officer has removed it from its coffin. Remarkably, it is exhibiting signs of life. Many of the crew
Is anybody there? Help me, please. Somebody.
I will if you'll quit interrupting me. Many of the crew are dead. This thing tears its way through the structure of the ship the way a mole digs through dirt. Nothing can stop it. Already most of the prime systems have been knocked out. So far, everyone who has encountered this thing has been murdered by it. The ship is inoperative and immobile. We have sent a distress signal, but I know that even if it is heard, help cannot reach us in time. The others all realize it, but we don't dare to say it out loud. The truth is that we are all dead men. Only a handful of us left. There is no other option but to take the lifeboat and destroy the ship. The lifeboat has been sabotaged. I am the last one left alive. When I finish this, I will jettison the black box, and then do what must be done. Every last member of my crew behaved heroically in the face of this danger and conducted themselves befitting the highest commendations of the reticulum. Let it be known that I accept the sole responsibility for this terrible disaster. This is Captain Strom, the Ambassadoria, signing off for the final time. Self-destruct mechanism activated. Both ships destroyed. Mondite ships intercept the Ambassadoria distress signal. As they approach the signal's point of origin, the signal is jammed and distorted, ensuring... That's not the proper ensure. That it will be heard by no one else. Or, no, maybe it is. I don't know, whatever. The destroyed hulk of the Ambassadoria and the fixed spacecraft are discovered. Spacecraft alien specimen and forensics are examined. Black box intercepted. Calculations of the location of fixed homeworld and astronomical corroboration are established. Prime Paragon orders a covert expedition to the alien homeworld. He christens it Daedalus. Mondites acquire and outfit a special mission customized long-range jump freighter, the Kasenko. Kasenko launches, bound for Daedalus. Bound for Daedalus. Kasenko arrives in the Daedalus system, establishes orbit around Daedalus, launches cartographic satellite. Cartographic satellite charts surface of Daedalus. The surface of the planet is barren, completely absent of any evidence of an alien civilization. Base team specialists awaken from cryosleep. Computer analysis of Daedalus surface charts. Numerous potential archaeological sites exist beneath the beneath the planet's surface. The most promising of these is named Mount Sion. First team prepares. Base camp established on the rim of the Mount Sion crater at the north pole of Daedalus. Deployment of equipment and personnel. Establishment of preliminary shelters. The Kisenko successfully performs a calculated hard landing inside the Mount Sion crater. The superstructure of the Kisenko is dismantled so that the base can be constructed. Dadgummit. Constructed from its raw materials. Ground is broken to establish the building of the formal base within the side of the Mount Sion crater. Preliminary excavation of the base interior is completed. Further construction is delayed when the level of the acid lake inside the crater inexplicably starts to rise. After cresting, the lake level holds steady, although it has engulfed over 95% of the available landmass inside the crater. Commander Wilm, leader of the first team, dies in a construction accident. The following entries are posted by Security Officer Kanan. Miraculously, the construction of the base is completed, although it is more than 100 days behind the original mission schedule. Preliminary archaeological work begun. The mouth of the alien necropolis is discovered. This work is supervised by the leader of the second team, Dr. Escher. Sport ship Cyberia arrives in the Daedalus system. It brings new equipment and supplies, 2 marine dropships to provide security, and the new base commander, Dr. Ahmed Mastaba. Dr. Mastaba begins, I've already forgotten how they pronounce his name. Dr. Mastaba begins conducting research for the ABA project. A large statue is discovered blocking the passageway inside the mouth of the alien necropolis. Stop a second, it keeps jumping around. Numerous attempts were made to move or bypass the statue, all fail. A separate entrance is drilled.
Anybody read me? Help me, please. Somebody.
A separate entrance is drilled into the alien necropolis. The first interior chamber of the alien necropolis is excavated. Analysis of the initial ABA test subject begins. An alien specimen that shows signs of life is transferred from the dig site to the cell block of the security level in the base. All further entries posted by Technical Officer Amnat. First successful ABA project, prototype created, Security Officer Kanan and the prisoner Dane captured in an attempt to hijack a dropship from the landing platform. Alien specimen escaped from the cell block. Class 3 reactor alert declared. Base evacuated. Thought my head was missing for a second there. Whoa, jig time. Ah, a map. MSS satellite view. Okay. Cool.